Have you ever noticed how Capricorn always seems distant, as if there were an invisible wall around them? Many people interpret this as coldness, indifference, or even disinterest. But the truth is quite different from what it seems. Capricorn is not cold. Capricorn is protective. There is a huge difference between the two. And if you stick around until the end of this video, you will find out why this seemingly icy sign is actually the most loyal sign in the zodiac. I'm going to show you 10 reasons that explain Capricorn's unique behavior. You'll understand why they act this way and how to recognize when a Capricorn really cares about you. Because when you know how to interpret the signs, you'll realize that behind that apparent coldness there's a heart that beats with unwavering loyalty. Reason 1. Capricorn tests before trusting. They don't open their hearts to just anyone who comes into their life. They first observe, analyze, and study your behavior. They want to make sure that you are worthy of their trust before allowing themselves to be vulnerable. It's like a medieval castle with several walls. To get to the center, you have to go through each one of them. Capricorn does this because he's been hurt before. He's trusted someone he shouldn't have and learned his lesson the hard way. At work, for example, they won't immediately share all the important projects with you. They'll give you smaller tasks first, observe how you behave, whether you meet deadlines, and whether you're responsible. Only after you've proven your worth will they include you in the bigger plans. This apparent initial coldness is actually a very clever defense mechanism, because when Capricorn finally decides that you are trustworthy, that trust is for life. Reason 2. They prefer actions to words. While other signs express love and affection through romantic declarations or grand gestures, Capricorn shows that they care through practical, concrete actions. Capricorn won't be sending you romantic messages all day long, but he will remember to buy that medicine you needed. He won't throw you a surprise party to celebrate your achievements, but he will work extra hard to help you achieve your goals. He's the kind of person who will pick you up at the airport at 3 a.m. without complaining. He'll stay up all night helping you finish an important project. He'll cancel his own plans to accompany you to a difficult doctor's appointment. For Capricorn, love is a verb, not a noun. It is something that is demonstrated through concrete actions, not through pretty words that the wind carries away. And this is one of the purest and most genuine ways of demonstrating loyalty. Reason 3. Capricorns are driven by long-term goals. They don't just think about the present, but always about the future. And that includes relationships. When they get involved with someone, they are already planning a whole life with that person. This long-term mindset makes them more cautious at first, because they know they are investing not just in the present moment, but decades down the road. This is why they seem cold or calculating, when in fact they are being responsible and mature. While other signs are living in the moment, Capricorn is building solid foundations for a lasting love. They are thinking about real compatibility, shared values, and common goals. They want to be sure that the person by their side will be there for them in the difficult times, not just the good times. Now I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below where you're watching from and if you know any Capricorns who have exactly this behavior. And take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell because there's always new content about astrology here for you. Reason 4. They carry a lot of responsibility on their shoulders. Capricorn is known as the most responsible sign of the zodiac. From a very young age, they take on responsibilities that should be the responsibility of adults. They grow up too quickly and this creates a serious, focused, and seemingly distant personality. But this seriousness comes with an impressive loyalty, because those who carry responsibility know the value of commitment. They know what it means to take on something and see it through to the end, regardless of the difficulties that appear along the way. In the family, they are the ones who take care of elderly parents, who help their siblings financially, who make the difficult decisions. At work, they are the ones who stay late to finish the project, who take on the tasks that no one else wants to do. This excessive responsibility can make them seem cold or distant. But in reality, they are always thinking about the well-being of those they love. Every decision is made with the collective in mind, not just the individual. Reason 5. Capricorns are afraid of disappointing. Because of their responsible nature, they set very high expectations for themselves. They believe they need to be perfect in order to be loved and accepted. And this creates enormous internal pressure. They prefer to keep a safe distance rather than risk showing their imperfections and being rejected. It's easier to appear cold and controlled than vulnerable and human. But when someone can break through that barrier and show that they accept them with both their flaws and their good qualities, they've gained a friend for life. In love, for example, they may take a long time to declare their feelings because they are afraid of not being loved in return. They prefer to give subtle signals and wait for the other person to take the initiative. But when they finally open up, it is with a sincerity and depth that few other signs can offer. This apparent coldness is actually a form of self-protection, because behind the serious facade lies an extremely sensitive person who just wants to be loved and accepted exactly as he is. Reason 6. They value stability above all else. Capricorns need security to function well. Sudden changes, emotional instability, and turbulent relationships make them completely uncomfortable. That's why they prefer to keep things predictable and controlled. This need for stability can be interpreted as coldness, but it is actually a way of creating a safe environment for everyone around them. Capricorn is like a solid rock that others can lean on in difficult times. When everyone else is panicking, Capricorn stays calm and finds practical solutions. When others are overcome with emotion, they are able to think clearly and make sensible decisions. This emotional stability is a rare gift in today's world. That's why they're so loyal. Because they know that lasting relationships need a solid foundation, not fireworks that quickly fade away. They prefer to build something solid and lasting rather than live emotional roller coasters that lead nowhere. Reason 7. Capricorn shows love through practical care. While other signs make passionate declarations, Capricorn shows they care by taking care of the practical details of your life. They notice when you're stressed and quietly solve problems for you. This is the kind of person who will organize your finances when you're struggling, who will research the best doctor when you're sick, who will plan your entire vacation so all you have to worry about is relaxing. They may not talk much about their feelings, but they are always attentive to your needs. They remember important dates, notice when you changed your haircut, notice when you are sad even when you try to hide it. This form of love may seem cold to those who are used to grand romantic gestures, but it is one of the most genuine ways to show that someone really cares about you. Because caring about the practical aspects of someone's life is a deep and lasting act of love. Reason 8. They have been hurt in the past and have become cautious. Capricorn learns from their mistakes and rarely makes the same mistake twice. If they have been betrayed, they will be more careful with trust. If they have been abandoned, they will test their loyalty before giving in. This caution may seem cold, but it is actually wisdom. They are not bitter or spiteful, just more selective. They would rather have a few people they are really close to than many superficial acquaintances. When Capricorn decides you are special, you gain access to a side of him that few others know about. A caring, protective, generous side. But it takes patience to get there. You have to prove that you deserve this special place. Capricorn's loyalty is earned, not given. And that's exactly why it's so valuable. Because when you have the loyalty of a Capricorn, you know you've been chosen from among many, that you've passed all the tests and been found worthy of trust. Reason 9. Capricorn expresses love through protection. They may not be very expressive with words, but when they care about someone, they develop a very strong protective instinct. They will do everything they can to shield you from problems and difficulties. At work, they will defend you when someone tries to harm you. In the family, they will take responsibility so that you don't have to worry. In love, they will create a safe zone around the two of you. This protection may seem controlling at times, but it comes from a place of genuine love. Capricorn can't stand to see the ones they love in pain. They would rather carry the burden alone than share the pain with the ones they love. This is the kind of person who will work double shifts so you don't have to worry about money, who will make all the difficult decisions so you don't have to go through the stress, who will be your safe haven when life gets tough. Reason 10. Finally, Capricorn has a natural leadership nature. They take on responsibilities because they know someone needs to do it. And leadership means sometimes making unpopular decisions, staying calm when everyone else is lost, being the strong person when everyone else needs support. This leadership position can create a natural distance with others. Because it's hard to be vulnerable when everyone is counting on you to be strong. It's hard to show fear when you need to make others feel safe. But behind this leadership there is a person who also needs care, affection, and understanding. When you can see beyond the strong facade and offer support to someone who always supports others, you gain an ally for life. Capricorn is loyal because they understand the value of true partnership. They know that life is easier when you have someone you can trust completely. And when they find that person, they dedicate their entire life to earning the same loyalty in return. So now you understand why Capricorn seems cold but is the most loyal of all. It's not coldness, it's protection. It's not indifference, it's caution. It's not a lack of feeling, it's a different way of loving. A more mature, more responsible, more lasting way. If you have a Capricorn in your life, be patient with him. Give him time to open up. Prove that you deserve his trust, and show him that you are also loyal and trustworthy. Because when you win the heart of a Capricorn, you will discover that you have someone by your side who will never abandon you, who will always be there in difficult times, who will fight for you even when you are not around. Which of these reasons surprised you the most? Leave a comment below to tell me which one you think is the most important to understanding Capricorn's personality. And tell me if you know any Capricorns who have exactly the characteristics I mentioned.